Yo, yo, welcome back.
Hey, hey.
That was Beezus. You know what I'm saying? With the shout out to Fuego Beat Show. So we love that. You know what I'm saying? You check
Yeah.
Beezus and the whole URL crew out. You know what I'm saying? They at URL music with a K.com. They got a hot site up. You know, they dropped the site probably about a month ago. So y'all need to check it out. Check out their YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They got it. They doing it big. Flacco and Beezus and all the rest of the crew. They doing it real big. So y'all definitely need to check them out for real. They had a show not too long ago. I believe it was last Sunday, and they rocked it out. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of feedback off that, and everybody said they was hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all need to check them out for sure. You know what I'm saying? So back to what we were saying, Kiki.
Yes. Yes.
So I mean, I know you're in agreement. You know, you on both sides. You say that you should be able to have your personal life on Facebook or whatever, and people shouldn't be nosy.
Mhm.
But you know, and I'm trying to say that in the nosiness, you're also saying who's going to represent your business and who you are and everything like that. So depending on what you do, you know what I'm saying. Now,
That's
I don't. Now I'm gonna ask you this question: do you believe that people are starting to become think normal people are starting to be thinking that they're famous?
yes. yes, I do believe that. I see that every day.
Yep. And what I say
Yeah.
with that, and when I say that for all y'all that's listening, when I
Mhm.
say become famous, everybody thinks that they're Kim Kardashian, they're Chloe. They think that they're Jay Z, Beyonce. Okay, you're not
Yeah.
them. You're not Mike Tyson, so you can't put a tattoo on your face.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I
can't
get
do
it.
what they do. They can say, "Oh, I'm drunk as hell." Great.
Yeah.
They own
Yeah.
their own business. They own their own life.
Yeah. They can do that.
You don't. You work at McDonald's and you trying to finish. You trying to
Mm,
get to the
yeah.
next level, so you cannot do that. You can't. Well, I'm drunk tonight and I don't feel like going to work, so I'm gonna call in.
No, that's really not gonna work. That was dumb all the way around. Like that's just not gonna work at all.
So how you know? And like I said,
Never.
we're speaking to various people. They're telling me, well, you know, I should be able, again, to do what I want and say what I want and be how I want. There's nobody saying you can't express yourself, but at the same time, when I ask these people if you do not get picked for a job, do you get mad? Yeah, because that's not right. But you know what? Did they? Why do you have a choice in what you do, but they don't have a choice with what they do?
But see, I mean, and I agree with that. But at the end of the day, a lot of those people might not necessarily express themselves on, these social networks like those people that you're mentioning are.
Mm-hmm.
They may just talk to their friends, or whatever the case may be. That's the way you choose to express yourself is Twitter or Facebook, and I think that's fine. I think if you're going to leave it, I don't know. I just think you should make it difficult. Just get savvier. That's all I'm saying. I think you
Yes.
should say. I think you should speak your mind. I think you should do whatever you want to do. I never, conforming is never what's up as far as I'm concerned.
And I'm glad you
But
used the word conforming. Like, I
yeah,
was listening. I listened to different radio shows. Listening to Russ Parr, they talked about conforming, and they was talking about as far as black people and minorities in general that don't like to conform. They like to be like, and we're really talking about they're not really talking about the Asian community and all like that. When I know who they talking about when they're talking about minorities don't want to conform. You know what I'm saying?
well, I mean that's because a lot of them, when you speak in terms of, and this is not to offend anybody, but
Yeah.
a lot of immigrants anyway, especially recent ones,
Mm-hmm.
they're taught that the way white people do things is the way you should do things. And you should eat the same things they eat and talk the way they do and listen to the same music that they do. It's just the quote unquote American way. Most of those immigrants aren't going to come over here and say,
Exactly.
black, you know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
going to be so. Most of them have already conformed. I'll put it to you like that.
Exactly.
Whereas if you're an American and you were born here, you've
Exactly.
been here a long time and you've grown up in this one environment and then
Mm-hmm.
you move on to working in another one, it's a complete culture, culture shock. And
Now. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
nah, go ahead.
Oh no. All I was gonna say is that when people, you had mentioned conforming. That's why I mentioned, from the Facebook thing, and when the people were talking, telling me, well, we shouldn't have to do whatever, whatever. And I try to tell them that, you talking about you want to change. You have to conform in order to get where you need to be, so you can make that change. You can't come in, and I know people like that. Trust me, I know. You know, when I worked in the video stores, you know, I'm the assistant manager in there and stuff, and I'm sitting there talking to them, and they like, you know, oh, I'm not gonna take back those videos. I'm not, man. Who they think they are leaving it? I'm like, yo, that's your boss. I'm not telling you to kiss their butt, literally, like do everything like yes, master, and just bow down. But I'm trying to explain to you, do what you have to do,
Right.
because then when you become that manager, you're able to do stuff. And I seen a girl that went from doing everything that people say. Okay, what she needed to do plus stuff. She worked in her department. She worked in that department. She worked in that department. While everybody else wanted to become just in there, they like, man, I'm just doing this work. These people talk to me, and you know they make that their pay grade is higher than me, so I'm just gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And she did it. Now she running all of that, and everybody was pissed off because they think they should have got that because the years they've been working and stuff like that. And I'm trying to explain she's conformed to the way she wants to be, and guess what? Now she can do what she wants. Now she can change things.
It does still depend on your, I guess, amount of conforming.
You don't conform, like I said, you don't become a puppet.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't work with very many people of color at all. Like I'm talking about 90% the other way.
Yeah.
So, and no, no BS.
Same
so
thing.
It's really difficult, initially when you go and like I said, it depends on what your definition of conforming is. Because if you're intelligent, and not to say that people, all college graduates are intelligent, and not to say that people who haven't gone to college and graduated aren't intelligent. But to be in my profession, you have to at least have your degree. So I'm already speaking well. You know what I'm saying? I'm already articulate. I'm intelligent. I know what I'm talking about. But I have these people around me 90% of the time who don't think I do, just because of what color I am. So it's like, do I try to blend in with the Beckies and be like, oh my gosh, like we're all going out this weekend? No.
No,
I can't do that. I still have to be me. I'm still real with them. I still let them know exactly how I feel. I'm not going to change that. I still love my music. I still love to dance. I still party when I want to. I do what I want. But I am a professional, and should you conform to being a professional? You shouldn't have to conform. You just know after you graduate from college or whatever trade school you're going to, and you're going into a professional, arena, you have to be a professional.
Now let me ask you.
You don't have to act like a white person. You don't have to act like whoever the majority of, the people are.
Yeah.
You just need to be a professional.
Well, let me ask you, like, as far, well, I want to ask you, I could straight tell you, I'm a college graduate too, and I know that they don't teach that. None of the skills I learned, only thing it says is I have a degree. That's the only thing I was taught. I wasn't even taught nothing. Huh?
You said you weren't taught professionalism?
I wasn't taught. That's just something you knew. That's just something I knew going into it. I knew what I needed to do, because I think that's a sense of not just learning professionalism, but because I'm going to be real. In college, it's not nowadays, because we the same age, so you already know this, they want to push you through. They don't give a damn about what you learn, what you don't learn. I honestly did not learn.
I can't say that. I cannot say that, because I went to a black college.
I'm telling you,
I went to a historically black university, Morgan State University, and they worked us like Hebrew slaves. I mean, the standards were very, very high for us.
No. I'm not saying. I'm not. What I'm trying to say is,
I can't say they didn't teach us how to be professionals, because they really did, because a lot of them came from what we were going to, end up dealing with.
But see, that's what I'm trying to explain, that everybody, like I'm telling you a personal, I was not taught the skills I was taught, because you can't be taught that. As far as when I say business sense, I'm talking about being professional in the business sense of things, just being professional, knowing the ins and outs. That's stuff that you learn honestly on the street. You don't learn all that in books. You can't learn how to be a people person from a person. That's something you have. That's natural talent.
I understand that,
but
you can learn how to be a professional from looking at someone else. We had a lot of good, examples,
role models.
But we had professional things that we had to do. Like we, for a whole semester, we were, basically interning. So if you thought you was going to show up late, or, you was going to party all night and not come in or something like that, like, S got real. Let's just put it like that.
No, no, no.
So
I'm understanding what you're saying, and I'm not
so you
disagreeing
can
with
be.
that
Let me
part.
just say that I feel like you can be taught, you know,
Oh, shit.
some, skills about being a professional
Mm-hmm.
and things to say and things not to say. Because I could think of a million things I could tell people not to say, and I work with professionals, and they still they still get me effed up. Let's just put it like
No,
that.
no, no. I'm understanding that. I'm just saying when it comes to when I say conforming, when I say you're not taught, I'm not saying nobody's taught that. But if you talk to a million college students in general of black, Hispanic, ask them were they taught this. And I'm telling you, as me, no, I wasn't. You was taught that, and
Well,
like I
did you
said,
go to? Let
now
me ask you this:
it might
Did
be
you go?
even.
Because this could be a completely different conversation. Did
Oh
you
yeah.
go to a black school?
Well, see, I hopped around because
See,
I went to
exactly.
Norfolk
See,
State for a while.
see. So you didn't matriculate through
No, not
a.
all the way. I
So
learned
it's a
various.
completely different experience. So
Hmm.
I can speaking from being there, it's a different like I've had friends that went to Drexel. I had a couple friends that went to Temple. I had some friends that went to Maryland. And when I talk about all the stuff we had to do at Morgan, they was just like, really? Like you like what?
Oh yeah.
Like they I mean
No,
it was
I'm in
like so
agreement.
far
I feel you.
above the expectations of the things that they were required to do at their school. So
I feel you,
it depends
but
on where
see,
you went.
I'm not trying to flip this, of course, and like you said, it could be another conversation to
It sure could.
historically black. But the reason I didn't go, I didn't want to do that, is because that also sometimes, and I know many people that went to Morehouse, all it teaches you only have to be around those people. I grew up, I wanted to be around diversity. So I want to know when I'm talking to, and I'm sure they taught you that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they didn't teach you that. But
But I mean,
sometimes
how would
with the
you?
ones that I know,
Hold on, wait a minute. So you're saying that because the people had black faces, that it's not a diverse community?
no, 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 no. I mean diverse in
Okay.
honestly your what your culture is. Because I don't give a damn if you have a black face. If your culture is not that, then you're not. You can know enough about the black culture and be white. I know white people. I know black culture more than any black person I know. But the
So you
point
want to
is
be
that
around
they're
people
white.
with
They still
diverse
go through
ideas.
different things. You see what I'm saying?
With diverse ideas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, just in general, they go through different, as far as culture things, they go through different things. A white person could know, they can know hip hop, R&B, blues. They can know all about history. They can know everything. They can walk and talk and act. At the end of the day, they're white, and they're gonna go through different things that I'm gonna go through. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to see like their perspective because they don't understand certain things. Like if you talk to them, they won't understand certain things that we as I'll say, like I said, minorities as a whole go through because they'll really never go through that, like we do. Now, mind you, my sister went to, no, not Spelman, I'm sorry. Damn, yeah, Spelman. I'm sorry, for her master's degree. You know what I'm saying? So she is like, you remind me of her, actually. Because we go through this on a daily. And that's what all I'm saying is that, like, back to the whole conforming stuff. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that you don't have to sell yourself out. You know what I'm saying? But you have to learn basically
How that?
I can't describe it. It's like you have to learn how to be like you said professional, but at the same time you have to have it in you too because you could be as professional when you're in school as possible, but you can still do some ghetto nonsense that you didn't learn to do that, but that's like in your I hate to say in your DNA, but that's just how you are. And you just like, no, I'm gonna be knuckleheaded, and I'm not gonna let this white person
I
or
mean, you're
whatever.
not going to get a job like that because once you go into the interview and you go in there
But
on
that's
some
what I'm saying.
silliness, you're not going to get it.
But see,
I mean,
the point is, like, I'm not sure if you know people, but I'm sure I know there's quite a few people that get past that initial step, and they're saying, you know what? They do a few different when they first get to the job. They be like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Well, now I'm starting to get what was it called? I'm starting to get taken advantage of. Because you know what? No, I work for this. I work for customer service, so I'm doing customer service.
right,
I'm not going to do what they do in marketing
right.
because that's not what I get paid for. But what they don't understand that they're gathering a skill that once something else higher opens up, you got that much more than that next person that's only trying to go only has one thing. And that happened. And honestly, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but that's how I got advanced this week. It was based on the fact that I don't just do one-sided things and everybody else did one-sided things. When I say I conform, I don't act like, like you said, like, hey, how you doing, Dave and Mike, we're gonna have, we're gonna go out and drink wine and we're gonna, no, I act myself, but I don't act myself.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, I act myself, but I don't act myself. And that's just what it is. And
I'm not gonna. But even you act yourself, you're just a professional. You're being a professional at that point in time. You have to know how to turn it on, and you have to know how to turn it off. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying is that turn it off, turn it on. When you're talking about why can't I have Facebook, you can have whatever you want, but just don't get angry if you do not get to where you want to go. Remember how I was going to have that co-host?
Yeah.
Shouldn't she have been allowed to say anything she wanted to say to me or around me? See how I didn't pick her and I picked you because of your professionalism and you're just being yourself.
Exactly.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. But you're not, we have a relationship now. Like, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? We're not like, like we knew each other 25 years, but you feel comfortable talking to me and stuff right now. You feel comfortable. So you're yourself, but just the same way. And I was just telling my wife, I said, Kiki is the exact same way when I met her, when initially you hit me up. So she's the same way. But that's what I'm saying. She was a different person. When she became comfortable with me, she didn't understand, hey, you can't be so comfortable because this is a business I'm running. And you got to respect me like in my business. I mean, how would you feel if I say I could do what I want and I wanted to wear pink tights and panties to work? And that's not the dress code. I should be able to do what I want.
Nope, you got to go home.
But don't I have to conform with what you want? And that's what I'm saying. Yo, I had my hair for 10 years. They didn't tell me to cut it. But I knew certain people going to look at me funny. Right. Once I get in a position that I'm calling the shots, I can grow my hair down to my ankle if I want.
Oh, yeah, you can tat your whole face.
Exactly.
That's a mistake a lot of younger people are making. When I say younger people, I mean like 18, 19. Like, I see you guys with all these tats all over your faces, and you're doing it because Wayne do it. You do it because, Gucci doing it. And it looks silly on them, and Gucci's my man, but it looks silly on them. But at the same time, they can do that because they have that bread. You have not even graduated from high school yet, and you've already tatted your whole face, your whole body. You're like 90% tatted up. Where do you think you're going to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can think that you're going to live this trap lifestyle for as long as that money run out, and then what are you going to do? You can't get a job with all that stuff on your face. Like, you're going to have to spend 2 times the money that you spent getting them tats, getting them joints off. If you could even, you probably look like a burn patient after you try to get all of this stuff. It's just not happening. I will say, I have a tongue ring, and I've had my tongue ring since I was about 18 years old. I got it when I first went to college. And actually, I think I was 17. No, I was 18. Either way, the bottom line is, that was one thing I said that I did not want to have to do, was take out any piercings. Because a lot of jobs will say, if you have your eyebrow pierced or you have any visible piercings, put it like that. But thankfully, the job that I have, they don't, piercings is one of those things that I can get away with. So there are certain jobs that you can get doing, having certain things on your face. So if you have massive tats, then maybe you should really start working on your drawing skills so you can work in a tat shop. Because that's pretty much,
exactly.
pretty much all you're going to get.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to another track, you know what I'm saying, URL, and we're going to be right back.
All right.
You got $100 in your pocket, it's for you. If you ain't got $100 in your pocket, it's for you too. This little cute thing approached me, asked me how I made the whole block look costly. I said, baby, it's a cheap thing. You wouldn't understand if it hit you in your G-string. Funny thing, I ain't really caking like talking about. My sting got the world trying to figure me out. He not really rich, pockets not that swole. Why he frontin' like he's swimming in them bankrolls? Plain clothes, white tee, Yankee fitted, no we didn't. Pull out the debit card like like he doing something with it. I'm a pimp in my own fucking mind. Clearly you can see I need no jewels to shine. So I walk down the street with my hand on my meat. Pumped, Flacco, no defeat. And I ain't rapping about money cause my swag too clumsy. Shit be falling everywhere, you be rich, it's never there.
Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money.
They say that money talk, well I'm trying to speak money. Laughing to the bank, some say that he funny. Smelling like a brand new honey. Yeah, I got that money on my head, boy, like a brand new Scully. Yeah, I got a brand new whip. Looking like a stack inside a brand new money clip. Around dead presidents like a mortgage. And you ain't even on my level, you should forfeit. Trying to stack green till I need a forklift. Yeah, my style so metamorphic. I could change it up, I ain't gotta force it. Swag to stay on point like a swordfish. Expensive swag, you cannot afford this. You have to file bankrupt, give up your mortgage. Cause I ain't giving no freebies, no scholarships. Yeah, my swagger looking like I polished it.
Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money. Like money, smell like money. Like money, you can walk like money.
I may walk like money, but I run like diamonds. That means when I get on the track, you know I stay shining. Throwing money like a challenge flag. Replay, money like a rock star. Every day's a green day. My cash is like a kid dreaming of a bankroll. I got real money, all you got is Play-Doh. Never have to prove it, I never wear big chains. I just walk around like Mayweather's nickname.
I walk like money, I talk like money. Even my 2-year-old son dresses like he got money. Come on, yeah, I say money ain't a thing. Throw my money to the sky and watch it fall like the leaves. Come on, but I can tell you I don't keep cash on me, cause there's no wallet big enough to hold my cash on me. And I ain't putting it in my denim. I got fly jeans on it, I don't want bulges in them.
Like money, smell like money.